Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to a shorter stream today.
So we're not doing the full stream duration today. I was contemplating not streaming. I'm feeling fine, but my wife is homesick, so I'm gonna end early today and get the house cleaned up and stuff like that later, just because I feel like that makes sense. Just get things as good as possible so that when she gets up, she has a nice space to enter instead of entering into me not cleaning up over the weekend, because I don't clean up over the weekend. I always just wait until Monday and then I started cleaning up. I just clean up all of the leftovers from the weekend. Where it's you do the very very basic maintenance, but you don't maintain things as well. So let's see here. I'm gonna get that done later. So I'll probably go until maybe 11. So we'll go a couple hours and get things done. I haven't checked the patch notes yet, but we have patched. So let's take a look at our changelog here. So increased item interaction, mass distortion, making it... Okay, so that's base healing gained from Ascension nerfed. Fix some item interaction with mass distortion. Critical chance depends on player level up to level 600. Okay. Looks like crits are going to... My guess is that this... It says depends on player level up to level 600. My guess based off of the wording on this is probably that your crit chance is going to scale inversely with your level, maybe. Let's see. So Seraphim heal has been increased. Adjusted leech scaling. Interesting. Pity system for legendaries. So each affix drop is not equal, but depends on the times it's been generated already. Chests and ground items are generated upon entering the map and will be considered generated even before looting them. Trap damage is now hugely increased at higher levels. Okay. Perception damage reduction increased to the thing. I need to get perception on everyone. It doesn't affect everybody in the party. Hey, Malakath. Tuned poison damage. It's not based on total HP. Continuous percent damage. Weaker early, stronger late. That's probably a good call. Because at the way that it's scaled so far has felt like it's overwhelmingly strong in the early game and ignorable, not irrelevant, but ignorable to some degree in the later game. Though that being said, it is very very destructive if it hits one of the healers when they're already down, because now that characters aren't safe to be unconscious, that'll be significant additional threat. Exploding enemies will now work as intended. 50% on the main target. And then 100% divided by party members for each party member. So 70% and 20%. And presumably, exploding targets still hit unconscious people. So for my purposes, an exploding enemy is going to do 70% damage on the main target and 20% on the other targets. So each of the other targets takes a little over a third of the damage the main target's taking. Let's see. Map clear now works also for overworld map. Oh, that's interesting. Does that mean I have a bunch of bonus experience that's going to come into play the second that I drop into any of those maps? Interesting. So let's go to the live scene. We can pop over. Need to kill one monster, unfortunately. Okay, well. Tough luck for me then. I guess I could spawn a monster on some of the maps that I've cleared. Because things that have a, what do I call it? What was my save file? These are 2 minutes apart, but this is later. Why is the danger file the most recent file? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, so now I need to figure out what the heck I did last time to figure out why this is 2 minutes later and whether this is the thing I should be loading or whether I should be loading the normal one. Did I do something on the danger file that I don't want? We're pretty far in. We've cleared probably at least half, I would guess. But we haven't done most of the really hard stuff. So we haven't done most of the hard stuff, but we've cleared probably about half the maps. We've cleared a huge percentage of Might and Magic 8. Like, we have Regna left in the plains, and that might be it. We might just have Regna in the plains left for Regna, or for 8. But the others, we still have, like, Nyon to do, we still have Land of the Giants, we still have Avli to do. What else do we have to do? We still have to finish the pit. Evanmorn Island. We have a lot to do in 7 still. We have a lot to do in 6 still. But yeah, 8 is really... We're coming up on the limits for 8. What did I do last? I actually might have to check the VOD for this because I was dicking around in my inventory. Anyone remember what I was doing at the end and whether I should be loading my save that's under danger, which is later, or the save that's under the other one? Because like, I don't even know that I'm going to be able to tell the difference between these two save files. Right? Because like they both look the same to me. Like, did I can't believe I went into the weekend and didn't make it obvious to myself what the correct thing was. We're going to YouTube. Do we need to go to YouTube? We could watch this on Twitch. We don't need to watch this on YouTube. Never mind. We're not going to go to YouTube. Of course I said that. Okay, that's funny. That's really funny. Have I met me? That's funny. It's gotta be the danger file. If I said that, I feel like it's gotta be the danger file. That's my guess, is that it's the danger file. So we're gonna load up this. These 3.
You know, this character can just like toss out a heal. It's like 100 ascension skill because I have the Lur's cap on. Like the ascension, the or to just have like 90 ascension skill would be like pretty useful. We'll have to see what we decide to do with that. It'll depend on a lot of different things because I also don't know if it. We are stacking body skill on this character. What we would have just
talk about the danger file that you're saying.
Have like 90 ascent higher, right? So that's like that's the thing that I'm most curious about.
Loading danger like, for some reason.
If I were to just have like 90 ascension skill, or like
stop talking about ascension skill, dude. Hit a button.
Like
Arctole, hit a button. Shut up. Hit a button. I'm still talking about Ascension skill. I think I hit the button, though. I loaded Danger.
That's entirely possible. And plea cause for concern. So I do like the idea of being able to use the Scholar's Cap to make that happen. But it might not be viable for other reasons. Because either because programming it is too much of a pain in the ass, or what is the more likely cause for concern, which is that like doubling people's ascension level is potentially like too powerful.
Are you going to talk a little bit about what you
like
just
that
did?
Seems reasonable to me. Like you have legendary effect that's +1.
You
and
just
you have
exited the
item
game.
that can give you +3, right? Like if you're at
Tell me.
30, a little out of control, which it might not be too much. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. It's actually going to be it for this week. It's Friday. Our builds make sense. I might hear and what's happening and what even I am. So that's going to be it for today. You know, sometimes shit happens, but next week we should be more on schedule. And we'll be on schedule until sometime in November.
Okay, I know I skipped around a little. If I talked about what save file I was supposed to be using, I think I just saved it under Danger. So I'm going to load the Danger file, and we're going to hope that it's not dangerous. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure that whatever I did was very smart, and I should have done it. Let's go. Okay. We don't have time to dick around. We're doing an early stream today. So let's see here. Next on our agenda is what? We're going to play the flute. Is that a flute? It is a flute. Okay. No, I was the conversation I was having about Ascension was tied in with the Scholar's Cap, because the Scholar's Cap isn't actually working. So the effect is showing up here, but it doesn't actually do anything to the skill. I was having a long conversation about whether I thought that it would be implemented at some point or not, because I was dicking around with things and yada yada yada. So basically I was talking about the possibility of doing a like high ascension build on Komanatin or something along those lines to basically be able to throw out like a single big heal with Komanatin, and whether that may or may not be viable. You know, just me jabbering basically. Because I was thinking about doing the pumping the Ascension at that point, and I hadn't done it yet. So I pumped Ascension on Komanatin, realized that I think I pumped actually Ascension on Sortira, realized that it wasn't working, and then I pumped it on Komanatin, realized it wasn't doing anything, went to Sortira, confirmed it wasn't doing anything, and then went back or something. I don't know what the details were. It doesn't matter. It was a whole thing. So I think that I'm never gonna let down. At the end, you said you'll remember which to use. Yeah, you know, we're getting up there. We're getting up there. Hey, we just need to get to Hermit's Isle, right? Once we get to Hermit's Isle, we'll be fine. What else do we have to do? Let's get to some dungeons or something, shall we? Okay, looks like 6 is where we want to go. And we have Iron Fist. Oh, we could do maps today. Do we want to make today a map day since it's going to be a shorter stream? I think that makes sense. Let's do maps since it's a shorter stream today. I think that'll be fun. That's a good way to handle having a shorter stream where we're not going to be able to, like, Shadow Guild. I think is a 6 map, so let's do the Shadow Guild. Leech reduced by 18%. Monsters reflect physical damage. 18% chance to miss attacks, and bosses do increase it. This is a great combination for me.
Come on, let's go in.
This is a great combination. The mischance is actually one of the like least bad things about it, weirdly, because reducing my lifesteal and having damage reflection both make hitting enemies less valuable than it otherwise would be. Yeah, we'll be fine. This is all great, actually. Need you to not make a liar out of me. And this is a fairly short dungeon. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to save this under dungeon. Oh, shit. I'm going to save this under dungeon just because this is the dungeon we're doing. We're not doing a different version of this. We're not reloading the map. We're going to keep this map exactly how it is. Okay, we can use corners to our advantage here. They're not perfect, as you can see. And they're not like the super clean corners, where I can just attack them without them being able to hit me back. But it should work fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's done. Yeah, this place is gonna be kind of spooky. Oh, there's way more in play than I realized. That one is gonna come into play, which I kind of expected. If I get hit by all these at once, there's a very decent chance that they burn me down instantly, so... Now that is my neighbor praying. It will happen periodically depending on when I do the stream.
It is but a scratch. Yes.
I do not know the details. Yeah.
It is but a
The entire neighborhood is praying for me, that's what's happening. That was, ooh, that was big mistake, big boo-boo, big boo-boo, ooh, I got baited hard there, I got fully baited.
have no fear.
Well, the trap killed me. Okay, good to know. Also, Commandant took no damage at all, and that's very funny. Holy shit. So, you know, the dungeons do a little bit more damage than they used to. And I forgot to get perception on everybody, so that's... Oh, I didn't check. I would guess pretty low, considering that I got myself hit with that, like, 6,000 times.
It is but a scratch.
I'm gonna have to be super careful in here. God damn. I never remember where all the traps are in this place, so... That was really funny. This is actually the perfect dungeon to be doing after the trap change.
That wasn't so bad.
It's like, okay, well, you've been able to ignore the traps in this dungeon for your entire life and never learn what they do and how they work. it's time to get good. Okay, is there a trap at the entrance of this? I don't think there is, or I would have died the last time. Right? Okay, so we can do this again.
That wasn't so bad.
If I'm up for another like run after this run of Maw is finished, probably I might end up. Well, my guess is that I'm probably going to finish up this run around the same time that I'm going out of the country for a while. So I'm probably going to have to do something else for at least a while. I guess I could, like, I could stream this while overseas, probably. But when I'm overseas, I kind of prefer to do something else. Rather than try to, like, do a pale imitation of my normal content, I think that it makes a lot of sense to do something that's, you know, different. Just differentiate the away time so that it's clear that me having a terrible audio and visual setup is a temporary thing. But yeah, I do still need to do the mage run, the caster run. That's a thing that I still need to do. Oh, you almost finished a new difficulty. Ooh, should I do the caster run on a different difficulty setting? That could be kind of fun. I'm gonna try to be careful. I think what I'm probably going to do when I finish this run, and don't quote me on this because I'm very flighty and prone to just randomly deciding to do the thing. My guess is that once I finish this run, I'm probably going to kind of just dick around for a while doing random stuff that I've been thinking about doing for a long time. Someone recently suggested that I play like a Digimon game, and it's something that I've been thinking about doing for like a long time because I don't know anything about Digimon, which is weird because like I'm like very much like in the creature collector like genre. I've like done a lot of games in the creature collector genre, so I might start like doing a bunch of those random things. Those like random projects that I've been thinking about doing but have never really got fully into. I might end up like doing some more crosscode. And seeing if I can meet that game halfway in terms of like how it plays and how I would prefer that it plays. Like we'll see if maybe that's a thing I can get working. And let's see. Anyway, so I just have a lot of things that have been on the sort of like the back burners, things that I'm interested in doing at some point. And it might make sense to take advantage of the time before I leave to settle on a thing that I'll be able to do while I'm overseas for a couple of weeks. With a less than optimal setup. But we'll have to see. And then once I come back, if there's going to be a new difficulty being released, that sounds like the kind of thing to do when I get back again. I think that would be a lot of fun to try that out when I get back. Okay, so this is a suspicious floor. Let's see. I don't remember. I think there's a rogue leader in there, right? So, do I try to jump into here? Yeah. I'm wondering if I want to try... Because I need to get to the... I need to get myself in the green. Oh, jeez. Which is probably going to involve clearing almost the entire dungeon, sadly. I don't know that I can get into the green without killing the rogue leader in the back here. If I go for the... I think killing the rogue leader in the back here and clearing this pack is probably sufficient to get in the green. So I'm going to clear this pack first, and then I'm going to save. And then I'm going to jump around that room and try to dodge all the traps that I've really just never given too much thought to, honestly. And then once I've done that, we can continue to have a good time. But I'm not entirely sure if starting up like a Digimon run is going to make sense. I might just end up doing crosscode because crosscode is going to be shorter, I think. The one issue with the way that I play those creature collector games is that because I like to collect all of them, like since I like to do the like catch 'em all type of deal to a degree, that's not really super great for like a live stream, honestly. But you know, people just have to bear with me. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know anything about Digimon. It's something that I should know about and don't know anything about. So I've had a game recommended to me and as like a good starting point. And I don't remember if I wrote it down. I probably wrote it down. I might have written it down. Okay, we're going to save this. We'll just save this under dungeon again, actually. We're not going to save it under danger, because danger is our primary save file right now. Okay. There, I believe, is... Whoa! There's more than one in here. So we should be able to do this. Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting to try that out. At some point, we're going to be doing the like monster... Is it Monster Sanctuary? When the sequel to that comes out, I'm definitely going to want to jump into that. And that was a very fun one. It was like a Pokemon creature collector Metroidvania hybrid. And that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I loved that so much. That was such a fun game. I enjoyed having my fairly ridiculous build.
That hurt.
Nope. And but yeah, it'll be fun to like jump into some of the games in the genres that I've like never really touched before. Where it's like, oh, I've played a bunch of this genre and have somehow managed to avoid ever playing this particular game in the genre.
We don't need this.
Sorry, it won't fit.
There's no room.
Okay, I need to switch to empty inventories.
Very weak.
I wish I could learn
I
that.
can use that.
I wish I could learn that.
Thieves.
It's beyond me.
I wish I could learn that.
Let's see. Let's see. I think Cyber Sleuth might have been the one that the other person was recommending to me. The other thing is that I'm also tempted to kind of ignore the recommendations for what would be a good place to start and instead go deep into some insane like fan game that presupposes that you understand how Digimon works, because I think that that would be really fucking funny. And so it's very tempting to do that. Like basically like if y'all remember like the game that I was playing just now, which one was it? It was the something. It was like Pokemon Nuclear or something, right? Or, I'm sorry, you know, I need to represent my country. Pokemon Nuclear. Need to represent my upbringing. Nobody fucking remembers that. Nobody remembers Bush saying that. Anyway. Whatchamacallit. So, it was something like that. Pokemon Uranium. That's what it was. It was Uranium. Let's see. Yeah, I think there was just a new one that got released that was being recommended to me with the presumption that I had any idea what the hell was going on with Digimon. So, like, I'm actually tempted, instead of going in the direction of playing the thing that makes sense, to instead go with something else. Well, most recently it wasn't Astro Kitty. I actually remember now who it was, and it wasn't you. I don't, well, unless I don't actually remember that. No, but I had a whole conversation about that, like, I don't know, like a few days ago, with, I believe I know the specific person. And, so, I will potentially be jumping into something crazy like that. The only disadvantage with me jumping into something like a fan game that's like deep diving, as opposed to diving into something that like is meant for a new player, is the fact that like it's really only funny as long as I'm enjoying myself, and if I'm not enjoying myself, then people have the ability to rightly tell me, well, you should have played the thing that would have made sense then, huh? Maybe you shouldn't have dove into the deep end, huh? Which, to be honest, is kind of its own type of funny. It's just that, you know, I need to have the emotional regulation to know to, you know, not blame the game for it. You know, we can't have a crosscode situation where I'm, like, melting down over how annoyed I am. That's the one issue, you know? I have to recognize that I might have undermined my ability to have a pleasant experience with my decisions. And who wants to do that? Okay, we are saving over danger now because we have plenty of food, considering that we are now in the green. So we should be fine in here. We actually haven't fought any bosses yet, but it shouldn't really matter too much as long as we don't get stuck in a corner with one where we can't pull out, you know? Like, as long as we can get all these into corners, I think we should be fine. So this dungeon is just going to be a matter of fighting our way through. I'm guessing there's probably only like 1 or 2 bosses in here. Hopefully they aren't all in the second area here, because if they're all in the secret area, I'm gonna be in trouble potentially. It's just like 4 Leech Jin bosses. That's like the entire
That wasn't so
Every boss from the entire dungeon is just a Jin at the end.
Tis but a scratch.
I should look up the lore involving Jin. I'm actually curious about, like, the distinction between, like, a Jin and a genie. Like, is it, like, just... Is genie just, like, a Anglification of the word Jin? Is it Jin and a genie a thing? Is it Jin and Ginny? Right, like, all of these are questions that could, in theory, be answered. Let's see. So... Single ruffian here. Have to be careful with hitting spacebar around here. So that's a shortcut back to the entrance. I think there are enemies back here. Can I find you? All I find here, okay. Opening that door has, I think, done that. That is a boss. Let's see. Okay, so it is just one type of creature, and... Okay, well... We are back in that world, it seems. We are back in the world of getting insta-gibbed. It would seem. Good times. That was barely an insta-gib, but it was an insta-gib. I think that we were at full HP when that attack came through, so... Unfortunately, that does mean that we have to, fully avoid any damage coming out against that enemy. Let's see. Which is fine. It's one of those things where I was actually curious if there was like an actual distinction there, or if it's literally just like, oh yeah, genie is just is just the way that somebody mispronounced it in a different language. Chain of Fire map, huh? Oh, that's actually great. Because we're running out of things to do in Might and Magic 8. So how about this for a way to progress? Is that we've reached Regna. How do we feel about from now on exclusively doing maps in 8? So whenever we have to go to 8, we just do maps. We don't do anything other than maps there. I think that would be fun. Okay, so we are going to jump across here and clear out... Why did that randomly kill somebody? Is it because I pressed spacebar? Okay. I guess I have to come to that door from the other side then. So let's go to that door from the other side and clear out that enemy. And then we just won't open that door. I think this is the only enemy here. Did I need to have the person with perception click the door, maybe? I don't know. Don't know. It's not the way that I should have done that, but it's okay. So our goal here is to clear these out and then go save. With these cleared out, we should have an easier time saving as well. The previous time we could have... We couldn't really immediately start saving anyway because of the one in the middle. But now the only enemy left in this section is, I believe, pretty far away in that corner. So, unless there's other enemies that I missed, which is entirely possible. Okay. We should be fine. Okay, get one of the top tiers down. I don't know how many enemies there are in the final bit. I don't think there's that many, so I feel like we've definitely got at least a couple more packs that are on this side. Somewhere. Let's find out if we've now cleared anything useful. Okay, my guess, based off of that, is that the limiting factor is somewhere closer to me. So... let's see if I can figure out where that is. This seems like an obvious room for them to be in, but they're not here. Okay, it's not in this room. So probably in this hallway. I stand corrected. Not the hallway. The giant room here. Concerning. We got multiple rogues on us. We're getting to this corner instead. Hey, Pancakes Prince. Once we've cleared this group out, we have the one boss left. Concerning. Ooh, I think we got too far back. Whoa! What the fuck just happened? What did I just do? I just bounced in a weird way. Okay. Did I just bounce up to the ceiling? Did I accidentally hit E instead of S? I don't know how I could accidentally hit E instead of S. That's like a wildly different part of the keyboard. I didn't hear the jump animation either. Okay, one of them is broken free. We'll clear that one out. I think we actually cleared out another one of these. We're here as well, which is good. The fewer of these that we have in play, the more we can make things work. Okay, things are going okay here. We have the ability to clear this out. Once this is cleared out, Oh, there is a polar. Okay. So luckily the polar rogue didn't just
But a
like
scratch.
kill me. The polar rogue can probably outright kill Ulrin. We've established that Ulrin is very squishy. Okay.
Ow!
Ow!
Did we lose the map? I think we lost the map, right?
Tis but a scratch.
Ow!
I feel like the map dropped on the attempt where I got Sortira killed by opening the trapdoor, right?
Ow! Ow!
We're getting there. Mission complete soon. Burglar's down. Okay.
Ow!
Man, new difficulty setting, huh? That'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what
That was
how that looks. It's kind of fun just like playing a game that's continuously being updated. You know? Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that like playing a game that isn't ancient could be so much fun. Let's go. Okay, so we're saving the game. We've cleared out a good portion of the innards of this place. So let's see if I can avoid smashing myself into anything that kills me along the way. Okay, we have a rogue here. We can take that out. We unfortunately need to not get hit here, so... That means a lot of peeking
Ow!
and not a lot of straight up fighting. Okay.
That wasn't so bad.
And this thing's regenerating as well, which is such a bad combination with an enemy that can one-shot me. But luckily, we have the deeps to handle it at the moment. We are in the green, so we can save the game, and we might as well do that. We also did not pick up GM Trap, did we? We need to pick up GM Trap. We were just in Arathia, and we should have picked that up while we were there. I only have one more thinger in me.
This is nice.
I think I'm gonna
There's no
loot
room.
first.
Useless. I wish I could
It's
learn that.
beyond me.
I
Wait, who can do this?
It's of no use to me.
Oh, you don't have master. Here.
It's useless.
I'll have to,
We don't need this. I can't carry
I'll have to train
anymore.
her up
Let's
properly.
leave it behind.
Mass
I can't learn that
Fear?
spell.
Let's leave it behind. This
I think we
is
had like
nice.
3 copies of that actually. Okay. So, is there any reason that we need to go down into this pit? No, right? I can just leave. I think so. We've cleared out the bulk of this place now. And I hopefully don't die here. We didn't die. We still have a bunch of chests to pick up. And I'm actually not sure how many we have. Do we just have like a couple of chests to pick up actually? Or do we have quite a few? Are there chests in this room? I don't think so, right? It's just over here. Rather than walk into this room, I am going to save this under danger. We will jump across.
Let's leave it behind. This is nice. Ooh.
Okay. Is
We
this
don't
the
need
last
this.
room that we need
Let's leave it behind.
to be in? We will find out. That's an orange barrel that I haven't done this orange barrel. Random number generator. Let's go. Okay, we're going to random.org. You know, Dr. Mads Haar, I don't trust you. I don't trust you, Dr. Mads. I don't trust you. I feel like you all can guess what I just rolled. I feel like you all know. I feel like you all know what I rolled.
Have no fear.
I feel like you all know what I always roll. That was the most impressive jump of all time. Top tier.
This is nice. We don't need this. Ooh. We don't need this.
Top tier
We don't need this.
trap avoidance skills coming out of Arctole. Okay. So, are there any other chests in play? I don't think so, right? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da. Okay. Any traps on the way to the trap room? So this trap room is going to be potentially very, very deadly. I'm going to use the Widowweep's berries to just make sure that I can immediately jump back into a save here. I don't have perception on anybody except like one skill on one person. Legendary power saves you from lethal damage. Ouch. Well, gotta love those legendaries, huh? Okay, click. Click. Okay, Magic Gate's open, and we are in the yellow. Okay, it's lagging for some reason. Okay. Take out the genie. And none of these are bosses, luckily. I'm gonna try to take out this rogue, and I'm probably just gonna die. We might live, but I think we might die. High probability of both results. Deep shit here. We're low enough that there's the risk of getting hit by these. Okay. Close your eyes and come near. Okay, this is the one. Okay. It's two that don't appear to have anything behind them. That is so many more than I was expecting. Ooh, concerning. I don't know how many are on me, but I think it's more than I'd like.
Ow!
And I'm not hitting them consistently either. Ooh, thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
Got it.
Okay, luckily most of these are lower tier. Okay.
Ow! Ow!
Dungeon completed, but we're still in the yellow. So the dungeon is not actually completed yet. So- Okay. Easy peasy. Just a single genie. All good. All good. Ugh. There we go. There we go. Okay, we will go ahead. I am actually going to just use a couple of Widow Weeps to allow myself to save again, get that done, and then we will loop this, and now we can just check all the bags.
We don't need this.
And we need to pop back to Arathia to talk to the King of Thieves.
Ooh. Let's leave it behind.
Guess we could
It's
also
of no
talk
use.
to
Wait to cast it.
the person in that other place. Now I think about it.
We don't need this.
Sorry. Who needs it? Junk.
They're in like, I think there's one in Ice Cap, right? Okay, so Might and Magic 8 is the next place that we're supposed to go to. We can pop out of here. And I'm going to pop over to Whitecap because I feel like the Disarm Master might be here. I thought the Disarm Master was over here somewhere. And we can save this under tests. And we will keep on keeping on. So we've got 67.76. We can keep on keeping on. I just didn't walk into the right house. Okay, so we've got GM disarm now, and we can. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where this person is, and I was correct. All right, so let's take a look at the stuff that we found.
Very
Anything
weak.
interesting?
Very
Anything
weak.
shiny and of value? Perception? I don't understand what you mean about perception. What does that have to do with anything? I wasn't definitely just saying that I need to get everybody their perception trained up. What? Let's see here. What did we find? We found 2 maps in there, I think. Unless we found one because we died. I think we might have only found one because we died.
I wish I could learn that.
Right, you're a thief, not a vampire. Let's see. Oh, right, we have the wasp nest. Ooh. This might not be doable for me, actually. The 9% chance to ignore status resistance means that I can't prevent instant death. And things at this level seem to be just spamming instant death effects, so for the way that I play the game, that might just not be able to be done. We'll try it out, but I don't know if we'll be able to complete that. Let's see. Okay. Think we are good to go. I need to get my shit together. I am acting like I have all the time in the world, and I've already eaten up half of my time today. So we are going to. Do we want to just slam into the wasp nest and die horribly? I think that might be what we do, because the wasp nest will probably just kill us instantly. It almost certainly doesn't even matter that we're gonna have a rough time of it with the stat things, because the wasps are just gonna be able to brute force us.
Come on, let's go in.
Okay, we at least get into this side, which is the better side for us to hit. Oh, the one shot! The one shot! Negative 26k. Boom! Instant eradication. I don't know if that was a crit or not. I'm gonna assume that was almost certainly a crit, right? That had to be a crit. Yep. Aura just crit down instantaneous. It had to be, because those are lower level by like 30 levels than the things that we were just fighting. And the things we're just fighting were only causing instant death on Ulrund. They weren't causing instant eradication. So I'm almost 100% positive that was a crit. Very funny. But I don't think that without getting crit it's going to matter. We're still not going to be able to plow through something like that, probably. If it didn't do double damage, it still would have dropped Cortal down to did about 40,000 damage, I think, so negative 7,000 on a non-crit. So
Welcome. Bon appetit.
oh boy. You know, a little bit concerning. God, I had to do the math manually, but there's such an easy way to do it, and it just didn't occur to me. This is so depressing. I could have just used the ratios. The ratios. What was I doing? Right. This is also where we get perception. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get everybody's perception up as high as they can get it. So you can get up to 4. You know these monks, they're famously too busy paying attention to what's going on in their own heads to pay attention to their environment. That might sound like a joke. That's actually like legitimately, like famously, that's what meditation is. You know, maybe if you're watching anime or whatever, you think of monk characters as being perceptive, but if you think about like an actual monk, a monk is like the least perceptive person in existence deliberately. They are deliberately inattentive. Okay, let's see here. I guess it depends on the type of meditation that you're doing, because I think that meditation can also take the form of paying hyper attention to your surroundings. But whatever. If you don't exist, then you don't have any perception, and the whole point of meditation is to not exist. So I stand by it. I stand by it. If you're doing it right, you don't exist. Okay, so we can't get we can't get perception master here. We have to get it in a different place. We got perception. Oh, we didn't even get it elsewhere. Okay, we need to go to Might Magic 8 and quickly do that. Let's get our perception up. Do we want to try to do another round of the arena as well? We have perception expert here so that we can get mastery. Master Dark Elf. Okay. Yeah, we'll pop into the arena too. We might do the arena rather than do another map. It depends on how quickly we die. If we die really fast in the arena, we'll do a different map after we've failed the first time. But we might do some progress in the arena. Just like kind of mix things up a bit. Treat it as if we're doing a bonus stream when we're not. This is like, you know, normal mainline stream, but we're not doing the normal stuff. Okay, the expert perception trainer is right here, and they will be able to tell us where the master is. This is master discipline trap. Is it? Oh, here we go. Helga's in Shadowspire. Okay, TP over to Shadowspire. Why did I not master perception just now? So we can get several people to master. Wait, is the only person who can't get master perception the monk? I approve. I approve. Famously inattentive people, monks. Alright, we're gonna pop over here. Mastery of the self. Should have tried mastering your footsteps. Mastering your step. That's what I should. That's it. Mastering your step. Look. I'm very quick-witted. I'm very quick-witted and get it right on the first time. These are all true. All right. So we are going to. It's Thursday, I think. So now Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes? Yes. Perfect. So, we're going to pop into the arena. We're going to see how it goes. It may or may not go very badly for us.
Need a coat? Ready to go.
Come on, let's go in.
I don't remember what we were doing. Oh, we were fighting the manticores,
This'll
right?
be fun. Ow.
And I put in the report about the manticores, right? I think so. I think I actually hit enter. We'll see if the manticores are still doing physical damage.
Ow. No match for me.
Let's see. I have a suspicion that once we clear out the manticores, we're going to be able to proceed quite a bit. Because the other enemies are like barely touching us, and those manticores were obliterating us just now. My assumption is that they will still be obliterating us, maybe slightly less. Let's take a look at their damage. So this has a base damage of about 30 to 40 grand. And we'll see what the base damage is on a manticore. Not that high, so why are you hitting me so hard? For realsies, though. I don't feel like they were...
No match for me.
Yeah, like you can see that they're hitting for physical damage, but they're using like cold blasts.
Got him.
Given that the final tier of them is called a Scorpitor, my assumption is that they're supposed to be doing poison damage. Are these from Might and Magic 6? So these might have the same problem that the Fingers did.
We got
The Wyrms. Because Might Magic 7 didn't have poison as a damage type. I guess because they were never used, I guess they could be. They could have just not had their damage type flagged correctly in the first place. Back in 7.
No match for me.
Because these projectiles are definitely not supposed to be doing physical damage, right? Like, that's clearly an ice bolt. Okay, concerning, but we got through it. Let's see. Oh, wyverns. Interesting. Interesting. That's fine. We're gonna just stay right here. Hang out in the corner. I really wish that you didn't walk away from me. It makes my life a lot harder if you walk away from me. But I think we should be fine here. Honk. Honk, honk. I love the idea of, like, one of the scariest creatures in the game being a goose. It's just a leathery goose.
What is it?
This is a normal ancient wyvern. We are immune to instant death, so the ancient wyverns aren't as dangerous as they usually are. And they've all spawned, but for some reason all of the ancients have decided that they don't want to aggro as they spawn and would rather come at me all at once. And oh, lovely, one of these is a boss who's going to make my life harder. Unless it flies above me in a place that it can't hit me. In which I can hit it. Which is possible. It's actually, they're not that strong right now, so... Fuck are you? Could you not? Could you not? Please? We got the stun, so it's over.
I'm wounded.
It's not over.
I've never seen one.
It'll be over when it's over. We actually got a double stun on this. Let's go. But these are pretty low levels, so that makes sense. Oh god. No. Nope. I need to back off because it's too far away for me to hit.
Got him.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, yeah, Might and Magic 7 removed poison as a damage type and replaced it with every spell just doing damage based off of the spell school that it was. So,
No match for me.
so all of like the cool,
Got him.
like all the cool spells in like the water school that did like different damage types, got made uninteresting in 7. Did Acid Spray do physical? Because I think that it was like... So I think that it was like... In 6, I think that it might have had like physical for Acid Spray and poison for Poison Blast and water for Ice Bolt. So you had like 3 types of damage that you could do. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that like
Nice.
I think Acid Spray did something. It did like physical damage or something like that. Okay, this is just a flat upgrade, so we might as well just throw that on. Cool beans. We've taken out the Manticores. It was probably physical. I think it was physical in 6. But like, it could have also been coded as poison damage and then gotten like set to energy accidentally. Let's see. So that shouldn't be too hard to test in vanilla.
Quiet welcome.
Saturday,
A quiet
Sunday.
room
We're gonna
music.
do the next arena. I feel like we should probably be able to do at least a few arenas before we run into a problem again, because I do think that we were getting stuck behind those Manticores because they just hit so hard, and
What lies ahead?
it was weird. They didn't feel like they were hitting that hard this time, but the last time they felt like they were hitting like drugs. Oh, it's a different type of wyvern.
Got him.
Okay, got a crafting cube. Let's hope that we complete this one successfully. Oh my god. We need to win. Okay, we need to get into a corner so that we can win. We need to win this. Fuck. Okay, we're jumping up here. We don't need to do anything immediately, but as soon as that happens, we want to jump down and hope that we can get only a small subsection of them hitting us, rather than the whole pack. I'm going to try to take out these first. We have one that's on us, but that's not the one we're hitting. Okay, where the fuck is it? It's above us. Ooh, there's an exploding ancient wyvern that I think is upstairs. We're currently getting pounded repeatedly by an ancient wyvern. It's a good thing we're immune. So, next on our agenda is some trolls. This shouldn't be too bad since they are melees. I should be able to like disengage if need be. The only concern is that I'm going to get literally insta-gibbed, but I don't think that's going to happen. The tier 2 just hit Olrin and did very little, so... Oh, are they getting up on the roof and then falling down? That's pretty funny. Okay. They're leaking very badly, so, like, this is gonna be pretty trivial as long as they... Yep. We punch, and ooh, that's an adamantite. So the boss is here. I think we'll be okay here. I don't think this boss is going to cause a problem for us. It's not hitting hard enough, I don't think, to feel like it's going to insta-gib Olrin. As long as it doesn't take Olrin to instant death range, we're fine. And there's no AoE coming out. So we should be golden here. So that's the second wave completed. Loot this. Loot this. Naga. So, Naga are mostly melee, but they do have the blade spell they can cast. So, they're also leaking way faster than the trolls were. So, this has advantages and disadvantages. Luckily, they also are fairly unaggressive with their spellcasts. So, okay, we have a top tier here. We need to try to burn through the top tier. I think we're fine here. We might be in trouble if this gets really out of control, but I think based off of what we're seeing here, we should be able to handle these by just jumping down. We're at 100%, we're jumping. Because if we jump down here, we should be able to walk the pack that's up there. We can potentially solo the Naga Queen, or she'll just get into position with everybody else. One of the two. Where'd everybody else go? Are they not there anymore? Where'd all the others go? Wait, why am I in the green? What happened to the others? Did I kill the last remaining ones as I jumped down? Or maybe while I was fighting one of the things down here, I was actually hitting everything up there and killed everything, but I don't feel like I saw the kill messages for everything up here. But I don't know how else they would have died. Like, this isn't Dark Souls. They're not going to just die because they fall off the map, you know? That doesn't kill them. Huh. Well, I don't know what happened there. I must have cleared them? Question mark? They had started to die, so it would make a degree of sense if I just cleared them out really fast and didn't notice. Except I feel like I would have seen all those death messages, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't think I've ever seen enemies that I haven't killed dying before. It wouldn't have given me the 100% if they weren't dead. So I'm not going to worry about it. I feel like in a different game I might reload just to be sure that I cleared them. But I haven't seen any evidence in this mod that there's an issue where I would have the enemies die randomly. I don't think that's what happened. I think that I just missed the notifications as I started mass killing them. So we've got an Oracle Orb. This will allow us to move a legendary effect over to another item. That'll be very, very useful for a lot of different things. We're gonna focus on maybe putting a double stats thing onto a staff. Maybe that might be what I do next. We might make a double stats legendary. Let's see. Yeah, we got a very, very powerful orb that will come into play eventually, but isn't going to come into play until probably we find another copy of the legendary we're looking for. That being the case, we have already found 2 copies of it. So since we've already found 2 copies of it, we're probably unlikely to find more. Now that might sound like the gambler's fallacy. Until you read the patch notes. One second. Oh, geez. There's been multiple patches since I started. That's funny. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so where was it? Right. So basically, the affix that drops is like has its weighting scaled depending on whether it's dropped before. So like you can think of it as like each affix starts out having an equal chance to drop, but every time a given affix drops, the probability of that affix dropping again drops relative to the others, right? So the affix being spawned is less likely. So, and for people who think that like this is like, oh, does that mean that if as you get legendaries, you're less likely to get legendaries? No, this is like when you're spawning the affix, the weighting toward which affix it is, not the weighting of whether it's legendary or not, which is a totally separate thing. Unless it's done very strangely, which I don't think that it is. So it should be just like, you know, okay, so you have a higher probability of getting the ones that you don't already have. It isn't made clear by reading whether this is something that it's tracking now. So it'll start, which if Malekith, if you're in here, you can actually confirm this or whether this is the case or not. Is this a variable that is a new variable that thus like can't track the stuff that dropped before the change? So like this wouldn't be added to the tally of having found AC gained from armor. Or is this something that you were already tracking, but which is now being used for this? In which case it would retroactively apply to things that have already dropped. Okay, not retroactive. Okay. So we still have like an even chance of getting our third copy of the... Is it our third copy? It is our third copy, isn't it? We already have... Is it our third copy? It is, right? What do we have the thing on? Is it on a piece of leather? It is, right? Right, I think I had a piece of leather that had that affix on it, did I? And it's not equipped for some reason. Let me find my leather. Where is the thing that I'm thinking of? Did I have it on something else? I don't remember. I thought it was on a piece of leather. It might be time to do some inventory management. You know, no, we don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Is it Sunday? No, it's Friday. We're going to wait until Sunday. We're going to do one more.
Welcome. A quiet room.
Of the things. And then we can worry about the thinger. But I think that I found 2 copies of that,
Ready to go.
which will be translating
Come on, let's go
into
in.
quite a few copies of it. The other thing that's nice is that I have the ability to
This one's
yoink
alright.
an affix off of something else. Okay, we've got the light elementals. That should be... I guess these are will-o-wisps, not light elementals. Right, dancing... Actually, is dancing light what they called for both?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is a wisp, so... Alright, so on the plus side, we have the bulk of our party that's highly resistant to this, or immune to it.
Ow.
And I'm just now realizing, I was going to say, on the negative side, Ulrin is not, and then I realized, wait, Ulrin has the body and mind thing equipped, Ulrin is, like, extremely resistant to, like, damage, actually. It's the one thing that Ulrin is really, really good at resisting. My hope is that over the course of the game, I'll be able to get more and more of those resist items done.
No match for me.
And we'll see basically how much value there is in them as we get further and further into the game. Is this the puller? Yes, it is. The what's this? Oh right, these don't leave bodies at all. I forgot. Let's see here. Is it possible?
We got it.
Is it possible that we could make it so that bosses that don't drop bodies are guaranteed to drop crafting materials? Is that a thing we could have? Is that they're guaranteed to drop at least a crafting material of some sort? Because it's so sad when you kill a boss wisp and it just explodes and nothing happens. I also don't know if it's reasonable because I don't know if that would be, like, exploitable. Because I feel like the crafting materials aren't, like, guaranteed in terms of when they're gonna drop them. Right? Like, maps and crafting materials don't seem to necessarily be guarantees. So... Oh, I know that they can drop them. I mean like pumping up the probability to 100%, since normally a boss is guaranteed to drop an item, right? But if it's a boss that doesn't drop a body, it obviously doesn't drop anything. So it would be nice if they just automatically dropped at least a crafting material, so it isn't as sad. But the issue is if you could re-roll the crafting material, then is that true for just bosses generally, or is that because bosses generally have a higher chance to drop crafting, right? Yeah. I meant like a specific thing for the ones that don't drop a body, so that they have something on them whenever. But again, I don't know if that would be exploitable or not. I don't know if it matters from a design perspective. It's also not a huge deal. It's just evil. Let's see. Ooh. It's very convenient having an entire swarm of enemies that
No match for me.
are incapable of harming almost anyone in the party.
Yes.
Okay, this one's an exploder. And can the exploders deal damage to... I guess we're not going to find out. Oh, that's interesting. The exploder actually hit me for damage when it died. Huh, interesting. Is that because it dealt damage to the... I think even the explosion at the end is doing explosion damage, is it? Like the explosion explodes, I think? Interesting. Because I believe, and one could check the VOD to see, but I believe that I established while I was in Murmur Woods that exploders can deal damage to targets that are immune to their attack type by hitting the other party members, right? So, like, if an exploder hits Kortal, it'll deal damage to Sortira, even though it's doing light damage. And when the end hit came through, it looked like it hit everybody, which would imply that the explosion damage was not doing light damage. Because the other people, I don't think Sortira and Commoditon were taking damage from the explosions. I could be wrong, but I don't think their portraits moved to indicate taking damage from the explosions. And I was checking for that. So, but I could have just missed it. But then when the boss exploded, it did seem to do that. It could have also hit with a projectile as it was dying and hit someone and it exploded into the other people with the projectile. But I'm not
Need a
positive.
coach ready to go.
It's a little dark in here.
I'm not positive.
Looks like
I did
this one's
save
all
after
right.
completing this, right? Okay, so we have more trolls. What level are we? 168. So we have... both of the light elemental types don't have a corpse. Several types, but not all types of fire elementals. Let's see here. I think that some of the fire elementals don't leave a corpse and others leave like a pile of ash. Some of the air elementals, but I think not all of the air elementals. I think it's like by game. So like some of the elementals leave a body and some don't. And so yeah, maybe that's the Might and Magic 6 elementals specifically. Though I think the earth elementals presumably do. Ooh, Leash Around Control. God, what else? Oh, droids. The Might Magic 6 droids, I think they explode. I don't think they leave a body. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that the Might Magic 6 droids don't leave a body. Let's see. Jinn leave bodies. They leave the lamp. Let's see. I think it's mostly elementals of various kinds. Like the Might Magic 6 elementals and the light elementals in all of the games.
It's but a scratch.
We've got it.
And I feel like there's other things as
But
well.
a scratch.
I'm trying to think of like what ethereal shit. Ghosts definitely leave a body. But like I feel like there's some other like ethereal type of creature that don't leave bodies. But I'm not...
I can't identify.
I'm not positive. Are there other things that like explode the way the Terminator droids do? the droids in 7 definitely leave a body. Those are lootable. Let's see. These are the Might Magic 6 elementals, so in theory... Nope, this leaves a body. No, are these not the 6 ones? No, these are the 7 ones, sorry. I don't know why I thought these were the 6 ones. The 6 ones are completely different looking than these.
No match for me.
Yeah, these are the Might Magic 7 ones, which do leave a body. Let's see here. We'll presumably run into the Might Magic 6 ones soon, though. That'll probably be in the next set. Yeah, we're definitely over-leveled for what we're doing. We got so far behind on the backs of struggling with those manticores. So hopefully we'll be able to clear through a couple more of these before we run into a brick wall again. And get ourselves caught up. Okay, let's see. Might Magic. I feel like the primary ones that I remember from 8 was clearing out the Murmurwoods. That was like the big holding point. Oh, right. Basically everything that's an ocean dweller. So but I don't know that it necessarily matters that much, but the sea monsters don't drop anything even if they're not in the ocean. And I feel like there's some other thing. I mean, the water elementals also don't, even if they're not in the water. Specifically the Might Magic 6 water elementals. Not the ones in 7 again do. Let's see here. Ooh, interesting. That could be useful. That could be a very useful holdover until everybody gets a copy of that status immunity thing. Let's save it up. Swap to an inventory that is appropriate for this. Okay. We're gonna try to get through. Let's try to get to 30. I don't know why I thought that hovering over here would tell me what arena wave I'm on, but you know, it's just me being me.
Coach, ready to go.
So we're gonna try to get to.
Let's go in.
I think let's try to get to wave 30 before we end today. I am ending early today for anyone who's coming in late. I'm ending in about 16 minutes because my wife is sick and I'm going to go take care of things. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. That's great. That'll be a nice, oh! No, those are wind elementals. The twisters are wind elementals, yes. It's like, oh wait, I figured out another one. It's like, no, those are just the air elementals from 6. That's what those are. Yeah, I think it's, I think it's just migraine shit, Sometimes your head decides that it doesn't like you, and then it takes, a day or two to have it start being nice again. It's no fun. Though, I mean, it could be something else too. Who knows? You never know. Lots of things cause problems. So we've got druids. Be able to clear these out. Yeah, I'm going to be deep cleaning the stove today. Because, you just, have to periodically just, get out the heavy-duty cleaners to just, get some of the old, stuff out. It's okay, well, this is a more rugged stain. Sometimes you just gotta go hard. You gotta go hard or you gotta go home. And unfortunately, I'm already home, so I can't go home. That's not an option, so we're gonna have to just go hard. Yeah, that can happen. Also, most people, I don't think are prone to,
What lies
most people aren't prone to migraines. So,
Come on, let's go.
different people are going to have different propensities for it to happen. It's going to be more or less common for them. And I think that for most people, something has to go wrong for you to develop, a severe headache. And if you don't have if you don't have a predisposition for it, I think that it's pretty easy to, sort of be one of the people who lives a lifestyle that doesn't cause them, and also because a lot of things cause them. You can get them from sleep deprivation, you can get them from caffeine withdrawal, you can get them from from eye strain. There's a lot of different things that can cause it. Obviously things like alcohol and stuff like that as well, but dehydration, there's a lot of things that can cause them. But most of the stuff that isn't a genetic predisposition to it is stuff that's part of your lifestyle, either intrinsically or by choice, right? So certain jobs will make you more prone to them because of the way that it influences your sleep cycle, the way that it influences the way some jobs will make you more prone to dehydration because you can't just go get a drink in the middle of the day. Anyway, so some people get migraines because they are prone to them automatically. Some people get migraines because they're prone to them because of their lifestyle, some of which is controlled and some of which is not. And for most people, it's a combination of the two. So I think that a lot of people I think that most people probably get headaches, but not everyone has to get headaches, if that makes any sense. Where it's if the lifestyle that a person was able to live didn't cause them, they wouldn't just kind of get them automatically, right? Whereas some people will just get them automatically. It's there's nothing you can do. You're going to get migraines periodically. You can mitigate but not remove them as a possibility, right? And ooh. I think these druids might actually be too strong for us to beat without putting more thought into how we're going to approach this, actually. We have 10 minutes left. Do we have the ability in 10 minutes to. We probably do, but I'm not going to worry about it. We just need to swap up some of our gear a bit, get ourselves. Do you even have fire resist? You do. Yeah, our party doesn't have fire resistance on everybody, which makes a big difference because the shared life potential. Like we could get like half the damage on 2 party members. That's a huge difference in the amount of damage that we're taking. I should be able to do this. But it's going to require a bit more thought and energy. I want to right now... Ooh, this is actually very important. This affix here is really a big deal. The question is it a big enough deal that I want to yoink this off of this trident right now and slap it onto a ring? Or do I want to hold off on that for later? Let's see. Oh, these scale up to 550 now. Right, that's the thing that was just put in the patch notes, right? That should be interesting. We're not at 250 yet, so it won't affect this file at all until later. We also don't have a lot of the really good... Weirdly, we didn't find very many artifacts this run. This run, the previous run, we found so many artifacts super early, and this run, we really have not been finding the artifacts very early. Let's see. Did we not find... It's this. And this already has fire and earth resistance on it. Okay, so we have this already. This is the fire and earth resistance thing. This is... So speaking of...
We don't need this.
That thing we were just talking about, we can slap this onto Severia for this fight. Because the things that we're dealing with right now are dealing, whatchamacallit damage. They're dealing fire damage. The primary problem is the AoE, and this character didn't have a fire resistance item on before. So this is going to be a fairly huge reduction to damage taken for this character. Is that going to be enough to carry us through? Not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll find out. Let's see here. Next on our agenda. Yeah, I got so many artifacts on my first run. It was really crazy. This run, I've not really found that many. Like, I found, a good amount. I found more than I would in a normal playthrough at this point, probably. Oh, you know what part of it is? No. Because we've finished most of 8. I feel like by the time we'd finished 8... Oh, shit! By the time we'd finished 8, we had, like, a huge pile of artifacts. Like, by the time we'd gotten through halfway through 8, I feel like we had found so many really high-value artifacts. I think that the issue is that we've just... It's not that we haven't found, like, artifacts, it's that we haven't found high-value artifacts that really accomplish a lot for us. And so, like we haven't found a bunch of plate, I think. It wouldn't matter now, but early on, we were not just sitting on, like, full plate. Yeah, Hands of the Master is big, but we didn't find Hands of the Master until really late in the previous game either. Let's see here. Yeah, we can copy that. We can take this off at some point if we need to. That could potentially be valuable. Do we actually want...
There's no room.
Is this the only item that we have that doesn't... Why don't we have our legendary helm equipped? Is it because its stats aren't very useful right now? I don't have a legendary helm equipped on anybody. What is going on with my helmet? So it has speed and HB, both of which are fine. It's of Doom. Yeah, I think that to a large degree, it's just that I'm not sure if I'm going to want to invest deeply into an item that I only need 2 copies of. Because it would be so easy for me to find extra copies. So I think that's why we're not using this legendary for right now. Like we might invest into it later, but for now I think that this is probably the correct choice. We have 5 minutes. So we have this thing. We have this thing, which at some point we're going to make a copy of this as well. Though it's less critical to make a copy of that now, actually. Komanaton being, like, hyper ridiculously tanky isn't as overpowering now, because of the fact that the preservation isn't perfect protection anymore. So as long as preservation isn't perfect protection, Komanaton getting something like this is a fairly low priority. Like, it's a low priority to get this much durability into Komanaton. Even against, like, fire damage users, Komanaton is just super tanky. We have Mana Shield. It's currently disabled on you. Are you ever casting spells? I think no, right? You periodically cast Levitate, but generally speaking, no. So we should actually get this up to Expert. Okay, so we'll just pop this up to 6 to get this to Expert, and we're going to enable this. So Mana Shield's enabled for her. That should help with her durability a little bit. Won't make a huge difference, but it makes some difference, right? Like, we don't have enough mana to really mitigate that much damage, but it should be useful somewhat. We have a couple of pieces of Arms Master gear here. At some point, we're going to need to figure out which item. How many characters use Arms Master? The bulk of my party can use Arms Master. Is it possible to double roll Arms Master? Like, can I get 2 copies of Arms Master on a single ring? Has anyone seen that? I figure it would probably be pretty unlikely, even if it's possible. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to have any Arms Master rings just lying around here. Certainly not double Arms Master rings. I think I would have noticed if I had found a double Arms Master ring by now. Maybe it's a primary, yeah. I'm just not sure if there's something specific that would be coded to prevent it from rolling twice. Yeah, I would think that it's possible, just very rare as well. That's my assumption. So, of the characters in the party that I have, we have 4 characters who use Arms Master, question mark? No, we don't. We only have 3, right? You don't use Arms Master because you have the magic stuff instead. You do have Master Arms Master. We have GM. We have Master. So Cortal's fairly tanky already. I'm wondering If I were to cap out an Arms Master ring that has double Arms Master on it, that would be fairly valuable. But optimally, what I would want is an Arms Master necklace, maybe? Possibly gauntlets? Or something akin to that. Probably not gauntlets, because we have so many legendaries in that category already. It's... I'll have to think about it. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. So, we're going to end things here for now. Next time, we will be doing like a longer stream. We'll just be having a more normal stream. Then we can, probably just go and do normal stream things. We still need to do like a Might Magic 8 map. So we'll probably do a Might Magic 8 map toward the beginning of the next stream. Oh, we'll probably finish this first, actually. Now that I think about it, we should probably finish doing the druids, because I think those are clearable. We just need to get some fire resistance on, which we just got it on. So that should work fine. So we are approaching the late game now, and as we approach the late game, we're going to start doing more with our itemization. We're going to start finishing up more items. We're going to start basically getting more of our build completed for people. I think that'll be cool. My hope is that we can yoink a double stats effect off of something to put onto a staff to make Commoditon's final staff at some point. And we also need to get some other effects that are really important in play. The damage reduction for nearby enemies is very critical. That'll be really important to get onto Olrin in particular. We'll just have to see. But we should hopefully be sort of just spiraling faster and faster, clearing dungeons quickly, and having a good time. So thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure streaming for you today, and I hope to see you again tomorrow when we'll be blowing stuff up. And maybe getting blown up by fireballs. Later, folks.